Next at 6, the world on edge with Russia mobilizing troops and Ukraine declaring a state of emergency as the countries teeter on the brink of war.
Playing in the snow again, we show you Mount Laguna for a look at today's big weather.
An $8,000 insurance bill and the family doesn't know why.
And it was a book the San Diego author had to write about a blind man named Jorge Cantu.
CBS 8 News, Alive at 6, starts right now.
There's winter weather all across the county right now. Lots of wind, and there's definitely a chill in the air. You better turn on the heater and bundle up because the cold temperatures are about to get worse. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kirsten Holmes.
And I'm Jessica Pagan. Marcella and Carlo have the night off. Let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis, keeping an eye on what it looks like right now and the frigid cold coming our way tonight. Carlene?
Well, this is the view from Mount Laguna, where we definitely have the winter weather. So we are dealing with some mountain snow, but quite a different story right along the coastline. You are seeing some temperatures that are also on the chilly side as we go into this evening. 52 degrees right now for downtown, as well as some passing clouds, winds out of the northwest at 8 miles per hour. So we are still seeing a few isolated showers out there. Most of the activities closer towards the mountains, and everything's going to exit out as we go into the rest of tonight. So we are talking about our rain chances drying out as the low continues to exit. Still a few flurries over the mountains as well after they've seen significant snow. Downright cold tonight. We do have alerts in play for most of the county, and temperatures warming into the weekend. Some more details in your complete forecast coming up. Jesse, Kirsten.
Thank you for that, Carlene. Okay, so there are some school closures because of road conditions that we're just learning about. Tomorrow, the Julian Union Elementary School District and the Julian Union High School District and the Spencer Valley School Districts will all be closed. On Friday, the Julian Union Elementary and High School Districts will have a late start.
And it may have been windy and rainy for many of us, but higher elevations are looking more like a winter wonderland with that fresh snow on there.
Oh, yeah, they are. Weather like this always draws a crowd to our local mountains. And today, our Heather Hope drove up to Mount Laguna for a look at all of the fun in the snow.
And with us getting so much snow in the mountains, that snow chains required sign has been up all day, giving some drivers a hiccup who may not know how to put chains on their vehicle, some staying right down here along Sunrise Highway to have fun in the snow.
Catching the snow bit by bit.
Beautiful. It's beautiful, yeah. Love it, love it. The kids love it. It's a little cold, but...
The Caldera family came up to Mount Laguna from Logan Heights, but only for 20 minutes.
We're about to leave.
With a 2-month-old baby in tow, the Calderas are grateful their drive up the mountain wasn't bad.
Bring chains if you don't have any, or if your car's not 4x4. Just be careful. And jackets. Yeah, be very careful coming up.
A chains required sign flashed all day. Those with 4-wheel drive didn't need them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got 4 high, 4 low, ready to go, so.
Yeah, we're ready to play.
Mary Hines and her family couldn't wait.
We have snow in the mountains here locally. It's easy to get here, and we're going to have a good time. Got the sleds ready to go.
The National Weather Service issued a winter storm warning for San Diego County mountains to remain in effect until 6 p.m. Snowplows helped keep the road clear as nearly 2 inches came down and visibility got challenging for drivers. The fun was on for many sledding down the hills. Some wiped out at the bottom. This family had a snowball fight. This mom came prepared.
Carrots and coals and funky hats. And
Julia Dutchendorf of Rancho Penasquitos brought 4 bags of snowman decorating props.
And then if we wanted to do Batman, we could do Batman.
Their goal is to make fresh snow memories to last after the white stuff melts.
All the fun stuff for the kids, you know, I did this when we were kids and I wanted to do it with them.
And that winter storm warning issued from the National Weather Service just ended at 6, so drivers be advised as temperatures drop and roads get more icy. Heather Hope, CBS 8.
And there's this camp full of 6th graders that's getting a snowy treat right now. Cuyamaca Outdoor School District, or school, sent us this video. They say about 160 kids from the Chula Vista Elementary School District and College Preparatory Middle School are there, and they are clearly having a blast. I'm trying to watch them have fun and not even read the teleprompter right now. For a lot of these kids, this is their first time sledding and making snowballs and snow angels.
Many Many of you are amped up about your high power and gas bills. An SDGE vice president finally sat down with CBS 8 yesterday to answer some of our questions.
Yeah, CBS 8's David Goffredson spoke to a consumer advocate to get his reaction to what SDGE is saying.
Making money. Have you ever been denied a rate increase?
I'm sure we've been denied projects.
It was certainly a hard-hitting piece. I got to tell you, I was even squirming in my own seat, and I wasn't the one being interviewed.
UCAN director Ed Lopez watched the entire 30-minute interview CBS 8 did with a senior vice president of SDGE.
It's frustrating. At times, I'm like, I just don't trust what I'm hearing from SDGE.
The executive blamed everything from high natural gas prices and cold weather to high inflation rates for the recent jump in utility bills.
They've experienced higher bills at a time when San Diego is also experiencing, a 40-year high in inflation.
SDGE rate increases have outpaced inflation since at least 2013, and they are predicted to continue rising in the future.
As even SDGE seemingly acknowledge, their rates not only now, but have been among the highest in the country.
The real problem, according to Lopez, is built-in profits SDGE makes on capital projects, like the $3 billion spent on wildfire prevention in the East County.
They're among the highest rates of return in the country and have been for a while. Is that fair?
During CBS 8's interview, SDGE said it was pursuing legislation to make California taxpayers pay for some of the miscellaneous charges added to our utility bills. Those charges are listed as public purpose programs, and they can amount to between 4 and 6% of your bill.
If we want lower bills, there has to be less program cost. So if there's a way to spread around those program costs beyond SDGE customers, perhaps that can help lower the bill.
But make no mistake, Lopez says SDGE spends millions of dollars on attorneys and lobbyists fighting to keep their profits high.
I can't remember the last time we've seen them on their own participate in a rate-making proceeding where they say, no, it's high enough. We need to decrease it.
Now, that legislation that SDGE is pursuing has not been introduced, and there's no guarantee it would pass, but we're going to keep an eye on it, and we'll keep you posted.
Okay, David, I have a question. How can SDGE customers make their voices heard on these high rates? A lot of people are upset.
Right. Well, that same vice president who we interviewed yesterday is participating next week on Monday and Tuesday in a virtual forum before the California Public Utilities Commission, and the public can call in and make their voices heard. We've posted information at cbs8.com.
David Goffredson reporting. Thank you. Remember, you can text the word AMP to 858-571-8888 to see all of our recent amped up coverage or to give your feedback to SDGE directly.
Tonight, a Bay Terraces house is in pieces after a fire ripped through it. The flames sparked around 2:30 this afternoon at the home on Enborn Lane near the intersection with Edenbridge Lane. You can see the fire right there. A CBS 8 viewer recorded this video of it through the house as the firefighters got there. The San Diego Fire Department says the home was empty and squatters started the fire. No one was hurt. U.S. officials are warning Ukraine Russia is days or maybe hours away from a full-scale invasion. Several countries are jumping to Ukraine's defense, imposing financial sanctions against Russia. But Ukraine is asking for more harder-hitting measures. Earlier today, President Joe Biden announced sanctions against the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, which would have moved natural gas from Russia to Germany.
This is an $11 billion prize investment that is now a hunk of steel sitting at the bottom of the sea.
Now is the time to get off of the sidelines. Let us together show Russia that it is isolated and alone in its aggressive actions.
The Biden administration says it's still willing to engage with Russia diplomatically, but only if President Vladimir Putin reverses course.
You do the same job, so you're getting the same pay, right? Well, right now, it can be kind of hard for employees to know something like that. But that would change under a new bill requiring large companies in California to actually reveal how much they pay everyone. Political reporter Morgan Reiner talks with the woman who came up with this idea.
The companies not only have to disclose how much they're paying their employees, but then they also have to break it down by race, gender, and ethnicity. Legislators I spoke to today said society can't fix the problem if they can't see it.
Jessica Mason is the policy director at the National Partnership for Women and Families. Nationally,
women are still just paid 83 cents for every dollar paid to a man when you're looking at workers working full-time and year-round.
California is doing better at 88 cents on the dollar, but for women of color, she said the numbers balloon.
For Latina women, over the course of the year, they're paid more than $33,000 less than white non-Hispanic men working full-time year-round. That's a huge, huge hit.
It's why Senator Monique Limon wrote a bill that requires companies with more than 100 employees to publicly disclose how much they're paying employees and break it down based on gender, race, and ethnicity.
It's about closing and addressing a monumental billion-dollar problem in our state, which is the gender and racial pay gap. And so for purposes of advancing women and people of color, we hope that businesses will come to the table to identify how they can all be more transparent.
She expects fights from the business community. I reached out to a business organization, but they had not read through the bill yet, so they were not ready for comment.
If you're doing everything right, you have nothing to be afraid of out there. And if you're not, this is the opportunity to hurry up and change your practices so that we are no longer cheating out half of the population.
Assemblywoman Cristina Garcia, chair of the Women's Caucus, is co-authoring the bill.
If the data is not public, then we can't fix what we don't know.
I also interviewed the policy director at Equal Rights Advocates, a national organization. She said that in places like the UK, where they have public reporting requirements, she said that the wage gap decreased.
All right, Morgan, thank you.